There was something strange about my cousin, Buddy. After disappearing from home for 5 months, but in the middle of his conversation, he suddenly returned and brought a lot of money. He bought each of his 3 children a motorbike, while his wife can now show off the gold bracelets that line her hands. It's not that I'm jealous, it's just that, as far as I know, Buddy is a lazy person. When I invited him to the company where I work, he flatly refused. I thought he wanted to build his own business, but it turned out that he got drunk and was irresponsible to his wife and children. As a result, he was kicked out of the house, and that's what happened when he returned home. On second thought, I didn't want to be prejudiced. It was possible that Buddy had truly repented and still wanted to be with his family. A few days after his return, I met Buddy. From the conversation, I deduced that Buddy was opening a food stall. He said he opened a box stall when he was kicked out by his wife. No, he wanted to open a brand near his house. The first day it opened, the stall was immediately crowded with customers. In fact, the meatball were sold off 5 hours after opening. Out of curiosity, I plan to test Buddy meatball next time. However, my plan was put on hold by the sudden death of one of Buddy's children. As a result, Buddy meatball stall was temporarily closed. Apparently, Buddy soon died in a traffic accident, but strangely, no blood was found at the scene. The motorbike that Buddy bought was also still intact. It was very strange to me, and the strangeness peaked in my head when Buddy forbade the villagers to read prayers for his son. Without any reason, Buddy still forbade it, and from that moment on, I suspected that Buddy had something to hide. A few days after his son died, Buddy opened his meatball stall again. This time, there were more and more customers, so much so that people had to queue before enjoying a bowl of Buddy meatball. Because I was curious, I tried to come to Buddy's stall. Because I was his brother, I was given a seat directly without queuing from the crowded people. But not long after, the meatball I ordered arrived. The smell of the soup was very good even before it came to my table. Immediately, I devoured it, and indeed, the meatball made by Buddy were very delicious, but I just realized, due to being in a hurry, I forgot to pray before eating. Because it was too late, then I put the fork spoon into the bowl and started praying. After I finished praying, I found something strange when I started to put the meatball back into my mouth. The flavor this time completely different. The meatballs that were so delicious, I didn't know, tasted like rotten meat. The soup even tasted like boiled water product from garbage. It was really bad. I wanted to vomit, but I was not happy with Buddy. Finally, I hurriedly left the stall and logged off a rubbish bin to vomit my stomach's content. I was confused afterwards. After I went home, my stomach was so bad that I fell asleep. But when I fell asleep, a big figure with a creepy look approached me. The figure seemed to want to finish me off with both hands. Until I woke up from my sleep, it was the strangest dream ever. I myself never believed everything I saw in my dream. But to be honest, that dream scared me, so that made me feel uncomfortable, and as if the dream felt like real, because I was accidentally visited by the big creature in my dream when I was staying at home alone. The figure terrorized me and made me very disturbed in my activities. And finally, I decided to see my family spiritual teacher to ask about my dream. My spiritual teacher told me that I was being hypnotized by someone bad spirit was working with the ghost to sell his merchandise. My spiritual teacher advised me to worship and say the prayer that he would model for me. He asked me to say the prayer at night so that the ghost could no longer terrorize me. But when I did what he asked, I got condemned. The figure was not only alone, many creepy figures terrorized me. But when I read the prayer, my body felt harsh, while my head felt heavy. The figure of the creature roared and shouted. I felt a feeling of fear and anxiety. When I saw the figure rampaging in front of me, after the incident, I felt relief. Then I went straight to my spiritual teacher and asked about what I experienced when fighting the figure. And he said that it was indeed a figure who often terrorized me, but my teacher said that the figure was no longer beside me or in my environment, and said that the dream has never appeared again in my sleep. However, something strange happened to Buddhi's family. His style suddenly became quiet. In fact, no one visits his stall anymore. The motorbike and jewelry that Buddhi bought for his wife and children had to be sold to make ends meet. The latest knew that Buddhi is paralyzed and can only lie in bed. Many said that he had a fully body stroke so that he could no longer walk and talk. But what became a conversion at that time was where one of the residents, named Aros, had visited him. But when he approached Buddhi, he accidentally saw a tall figure with a creepy face beside Buddhi's right side. So he had to go home immediately, and in the end, Buddhi was declared dead. Sadness enveloped his wife as well as his son. So from that I concluded that Buddhi had really worked with ghosts to facilitate his business, but he had to die as a result of his action.